The life and sad ending of Señor Wences. Wenceslao Moreno, better known as Señor Wences, was born on April 17, 1896 in Salamanca, Spain. His father was Antonio Moreno Ross, and his mother was Josefina Quintano Lavada. Both parents were born in the province of Salamanca. Señor Wences' family on both sides were Roman Catholic. He attended Mass there every Sunday when vacationing during the summer. At age 15, Moreno became a bullfighter, but he had to give up the sport after a serious injury. Doctors advised him to exercise his injured arm, so he learned to juggle and joined a circus act with some friends. Performing under the stage name Señor Wences, Moreno was known for his speed, skill, and grace as a ventriloquist. His stable of characters included Johnny, a childlike face drawn in his hand, placed atop an otherwise headless doll, with whom the ventriloquist conversed while switching voices between Johnny's falsetto and his own voice with great speed. He opened the act by drawing Johnny's face on his hand on stage. He would first place his thumb next to and in front of his bent first finger. The first finger would be the upper lip and the thumb the lower lip. He used lipstick to draw the lips onto the respective fingers and then drew eyes onto the upper part of the first finger, finishing the effect with a tiny, long-haired wig on top of his hand. Flexing the thumb would move the lips. The inspiration for Johnny came from his school days when the teacher punished him for imitating classmates and answering, quote, present when they were absent. His punishment was to clean the inkwells, and he smeared some of the ink on his hand, then clenched his fist to create the face. Another popular Señor Wences character was the gruff-voiced Pedro, a disembodied head in a box. Wences was forced to suddenly invent the character when his regular, full-size dummy was destroyed during a 1936 train accident en route to Chicago. He usually built to a big finish that combined ventriloquism and juggling and plate spinning. As he performed his routines, Pedro and Johnny heckled him. Although he was an international favorite for decades, his main career was made in the United States, where he arrived in 1935. Then, he made his New York debut at Club Chico. In 1947, he had a standout cameo in the film Mother Wore Tights, starring Dan Dailey and Betty Grable. In addition to live performances at nightclubs, he appeared regularly on TV variety shows. Wences created Cecilia the Hen in 1948 and added this to his act. It wasn't until 1950 on Your Show of Shows that Cecilia was seen nationally. The act was so good it caught the eye of Ed Sullivan. Sullivan wanted Wences to act on his show. He appeared on CBS's The Ed Sullivan Show, where he was a guest 48 times, on Broadway, in Las Vegas casino theaters, and in feature films. Much later in his career, he was introduced to a new generation of fans on The Muppet Show. His last TV appearance was on The Very Best of The Ed Sullivan Show No. 2, a retrospective in which the nonagerian talked about Sullivan and performed a brief spot of ventriloquism. He pronounced his name the traditional Castilian way, which in English sounds like Wences. After Sullivan would announce him saying his name as Señor Wences, the ventriloquist would subtly correct Sullivan's pronunciation by announcing himself to the audience. Hello, I'm Señor Wences. In the early 1980s, a tri-state Honda dealer's commercial featured Señor Wences with Johnny. Pedro's "Sorry" was a voice from the elaborate glove box. Señor Wences would point out all of the car's features, to which Johnny would reply, "Ese standard, standard," and "nice." This may have been Wences' final commercial appearance. In 1986, he made a guest appearance on The Jerry Shandling Show. Wences received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the U.S. National Comedy Hall of Fame in 1996, and the ceremony was immortalized via video through the National Comedy Hall of Fame. In his personal life, his first wife, Esperanza Martin, born 1902 in North Africa. They were married in North Africa in 1922 and divorced in 1944. With her, he had a son who lives in Chile and a daughter who died young. His second wife was Natalie Kover, a dancer. She was born in Kharkov, Russia in 1918. They were married in 1951 in Beirut, Lebanon. They remained together until his death. Wences died just after his 103rd birthday. He had been residing in New York City's Upper West Side on 54th Street, just around the corner from Ed Sullivan's theater. That section of 54th Street has been named Señor Wences Way. He is buried in a cemetery in Castellón, Spain.